If I could go back in time and speak with my 18-year-old self, I would tell myself, think about home ownership. Time is your biggest asset right now. Listen to podcasts, read books on home ownership, speak with your local realtor, speak with homeowners so that you can learn more about home ownership. And so that when you get out of college, you can be looking into getting you a job, getting you a nice career that you enjoy, and then you could be looking to put yourself in that position. Because one of the things that I have learned just by living is that time is going to go by. Before you know it, you'll be 18, then you'll be 25, and you'll be 30. And the reason why I say that time is of the essence here is because when I was that age, my mindset was strictly on surviving. Paying your bills so that you can survive. I had no idea that I was building someone else's wealth by paying my rent payments. I had no idea that I wasn't getting any return on my investment with my rent payments. There was no return on investment as an equity. That's what I mean. There was no ownership. Even though I may live in this apartment 10, 15, 20 years, that I will still have to pay rent. I wasn't reducing anything. And that's the mindset is that we have to look into, is because when you become a homeowner, you have an opportunity to reduce your cost of living by paying your house off. I actually know people now that had the mindset of home ownership, and I'm 37. They're close to paying their house off. So when they get out of high school, when they got out of college, they start looking into home ownership, and now they have reduced their debt. They have reduced their cost of living. So it created opportunities for them to take that $1,000 to $1,500 or $2,000 that they will be paying in rent or possibly their mortgage. Now they can be able to invest that back into their family. You can do that as well. Now I'm just getting started at 30, and which is fine. But you have an opportunity and a head start to go ahead and start at least having the mindset of becoming a homeowner. It may not happen until you're 23, 24, but at least you have the mindset that I want to become a homeowner one day, and I'm educating myself on what that process will be so I can put myself in that position to get that done. Number two, make sure that you're very mindful of your credit. When I was young, I didn't care anything about credit. I was getting approved for JCPenney cards, Target cards, and credit cards, and I wasn't paying anything back. They told me, oh, you're approved for $200 or you're approved for this amount. I'm just like, oh, wow. And I just had extra money, and I was just using it just to fill different things up in my dorm room, like clothes and shoes. And I had a part-time job at Walmart at the time, but I was just using my credit card just for miscellaneous different things that I was not paying back, being that messed up my credit. And I felt like credit, who cares about credit? I'm young. What's going to make a difference anyway? And then it started kind of affecting me being able to get a place to live. It started affecting me getting a car. With my interest rates and my down payment, it started affecting my lifestyle because of my credit. Then I had student loans when I got older. I had student loans. I didn't care about my student loans. I didn't care about paying it back. I was ignoring their phone calls. My student loan providers when I got out of college. And then the student loan started to bring my credit score down by me not making payments on my student loans. And they have what they call an income-based repayment plan, where you can be able to talk to your student loan provider about a payment arrangement where you can be able to pay on your student loans, and you have an opportunity to keep your credit in a good standing. But because on my credit report, it was showing 180 days past due because I didn't really care about credit. So make sure you are very mindful and intentional with your credit, and don't let your credit go to the wayside, because that's going to help you later on in life to be able to get a car, to be able to buy a house. Learn money early, which means is begin to learn about investing, begin to save your money. All of these different things are important, because even with home ownership, there are different things that you have to pay for to get different utilities transferred or possibly turned on, making sure that you have money to be able to get the house clean. There is a home inspection that you have to pay for. So saving money is very important with home ownership. So begin to learn the power of saving. My whole point about this is not you just, as soon as you get out of high school, I need to look into buying a home. That may be your story. But what my overall goal with this video is just to plant a seed to at least have the mindset of becoming a homeowner. That you don't have the mindset of survival like I did. With my mindset of survival, I spent over $100,000 in renting. Over 100 racks. With nothing to show for it. With the interest rates back in 2010, 2009, 2011, I would be in a position where I'd be one step closer to paying a home off by now. But because I didn't have the knowledge, because I didn't have the education, and because of fear of the unknown, then I didn't step out on that. If you may be 17, let me look at my phone and let me see how to buy a home. If your parents are not in that position right now, they're renting an apartment, you're in a 2-bedroom apartment, you could be able to listen to that right now, and then you could begin to share it with them, because it's not too late for your parents to be able to buy their first home. Because we didn't learn about stuff like this when I was in high school. We didn't learn about home ownership, saving, investing. We didn't learn about this stuff. So when I got into the real world, I said, oh, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about how my grandpas and my grandparents bought a home. I didn't know anything about how my uncle and aunts bought their first house. We didn't have those conversations when we were growing up, and also in high school. I didn't start really having those conversations until I became an adult. So what I would like for you to do is send this video to somebody that's 16, 17. Begin to share with them the power of home ownership, that you have the power to own something that you can be able to pass down to the next generation. I'm talking to you about home ownership, but 20 years from now, 25 years from now, you could be able to open up a door for your children. You could be able to bless them with a house that you own. You got to do the proper paperwork to make sure that everything is legal, but you could be able to pass down a house to the next generation, and they don't have to start over. So I hope that this bless you. I hope that this encouraged you. Send this to your nephew, your cousin, your little brother, so that they could be able to, let's encourage the youth on the power of home ownership.